I was able to watch Trolls band together, so here's my review on the movie. But first, let me just say that I enjoy all these Trolls movies. I enjoyed the first, second one, and now we have the third one. I enjoyed both of those movies. I did not see the hate around those movies. A lot of people hate them. I do not find that at all. I really enjoy them. So how was the third movie? Well, here's everything I liked about it. Now for starters, it's a Trolls movie. We need to talk about the songs they have in here. Now, the songs they have in here are good. I feel like they really fit the tone of the movie. And every song they add in here just builds upon this movie. But I don't think it's the best of the franchise. Well, I don't think it's the best of the trilogy, but I still do think these songs in here are really good. Now, some of you guys might know the band that these songs are based from. I do not know about them, more on that later, but I did not know about the band that these songs were made from, so I didn't really connect to it as other people might, but the songs in here are still good. And I wouldn't say this is the funniest Trolls movie. I say the second one, in my opinion, is the funniest. But this comes right after. There is so many jokes in here that are hilarious. There's a bunch of them for the only adults will understand, and they're just hilarious. I feel like they're pushing the boundaries with this movie than they did for the other movies. They're hilarious in this movie, but they don't really come to like 30 minutes, around halfway then, because 30 minutes, this movie's only an hour and a half. 30 minutes is not that much, but yeah, this movie is really funny. I feel like they're pushing the boundaries with what kind of jokes they can make in this movie for it being PG. I feel like they're really pushing it at some moments. Not all jokes are like that, but there were a couple that I feel like were really pushing the boundaries. Now the story in here. Now, the first movie I felt like had multiple stories to it. The second one had one. This movie, I feel like it does have one, but you can debate on something else. But for the most part, this story does have one story. And that one story is good. I like the story in here. Again, I do not think the story is the best story, but it is still a good story they could have chosen. And I really like how it explains upon the character of Branch, because all we really know about him is everything from the first movie. The second movie didn't really dive into his origins. But now, this movie is basically Branch is the main character. Poppy's not the main focused, main protagonist. It's not Poppy anymore. It's now centered around Branch, and he is the main protagonist. Another thing I liked in here, the villains in here are another really good patch of villains. Again, they're not the best of the trilogy, but I did really find them as really good villains, and I felt like they really worked for what they were going for. Now that's everything I liked about the movie. Now time to move on to what I didn't like. And since I don't really listen to music, I'm only listening to music that I heard in movies, but I don't normally listen to music in my free time or when I'm working on something. I don't listen to music, so I don't really listen to music a lot. But this movie is made for if you know bands, technically. If you've seen the trailer, you know this band that's in it. And you know the songs that they choose to sing are from a real band in real life. And now, since I'm not fully into that knowledge of all that, I feel like that kind of affected on what I enjoyed of this movie, because I felt like I didn't fully understand everything that was happening, but I felt like I was able to grab onto it just to understand it. But I feel like this movie is kind of targeted for those people that know these band stuff. Now, there is some predictable story beats in here. And what I said next was leading to spoilers, so let's pause that and skip this portion. But all in all, Trolls Band Together is my least favorite Trolls movie out of the trilogy of them, but I still really enjoyed it. Now, for it being my least favorite, because of the band stuff in here that I didn't really enjoy, the songs in here are my least favorite, and the villains in here are my least favorite, but they're still really good. Everything else, the jokes, I did like. This movie's fun. It's enjoyable. I enjoyed it. This part, probably, if I wanted to put on a Trolls movie, this would not be it, but I still really enjoyed it, and I hope they make a 4th Trolls movie. But I do recommend this movie, and out of 10, I'll give Trolls Band Together a 7 out of 10. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Comment down below your thoughts. Follow my letterboxd called A Color Man Movie. And I will see you guys all next time. Goodbye.